Good evening, everyone. It's just me and Queen, but June has got herself in a little bit of a twist over here, and who knows what the reason is. The question is, do horses get a little bit funky when it's windy? And I hope you guys can hear me. I'm going to try and keep my mic a little bit covered for you. It is a little bit windy today. It's actually quite a bit windy, and we're in Northeast Georgia, and we have had way colder weather than normal, and it's been super windy, especially last Monday. It's Friday now. Why does the wind bother the horses? Let me explain. Because horses are prey animals, and they're always working off of that instinct of, if I hear something, if I see something that's unfamiliar, and with the wind, they get little whiffs of things that are not familiar to them. Their first thought is run now, because they're fight or flight animals, and then deal with it later. Like, maybe it's scary, maybe it's not. And of course, if one horse starts running because they're herd animals, a lot of times more than one horse in the herd will run, and sometimes the entire herd will run. So those are just things to think about when it's cold and windy outside. June was running around a little bit, and I honestly think it was nothing, and I think sometimes our other horses in the herd don't take her too seriously, because she is a little bit twitchy sometimes for no reason, and then she gets a little dramatic. No offense, June. Just telling the truth. Also, it's been our experience, and this is entirely my opinion. I'm sure everybody else has their own opinion. We've got June and Jax here. They're American quarter horses. We have had paint horses in the past too, like Boss right here. He's a registered American paint horse. Let me pan around, not too fast. Of course, Fleur and Boone, who are father and daughter, they are also registered American paint horses. As far as demeanor goes and personality goes, generally speaking, it has been our experience that the paint horses are calmer as a breed. They're super level-headed. On a positive note, as far as quarter horses go, those quarter horses have a work ethic like something I've never seen before. If you put them to work, they will work until they fall over. We would never do that, but those horses, they love to work. Jax, as most of you know, is 25 years old. He's, retired from showing and everything, but he's not retired from lessons. He still teaches a lot of lessons, and, here I am thinking he's 25. I got to cut him some slack sometimes and give him a break. But when I do that, you'd be shocked to know that he gets antsy and he wants to come out. So if I don't pick him out for at least one beginner walk lesson, he gets a little bit antsy. Like, he loves to work. And he did a lot of upper level stuff when he was younger, and he can do everything. He's so super trained and has so many buttons. So he loves to get chosen for lessons. So I try to give him breaks. Look at him. Oh, here we go. So that right there just proves what I'm talking about. And the cows next door are moving around a little bit, and they're kind of behind the trees. No big deal. But June is the one that's going to react. And she just did. And not for anything. Honestly, I think what that was, I've got a quick burst of wind. You guys probably hear it through the mic, and I'm sorry about that. And that little green tree behind that trailer moved kind of quick, and that's enough for her to run away from it. A couple of them stirred, but the rest of them didn't, and they didn't, leave. They didn't go anywhere else. Nothing changed. Again, do they take her seriously? I think they're very familiar with her and her personality, and the fact that maybe sometimes when it's windy, she overreacts a little bit. So they're used to that. They sure know each other. Horses are masters of body language and reading body language. That's how they communicate. They do vocalize, but not much. Fleur just laid her ears down because that's her hay. She was trying to tell Queen here, back up, and Queen is a good 20 feet away from her, and she still laid her ears down saying, "You don't come over here, this is my hay." So that's it. When it's windy, sometimes you see a little more action with the horses, and you have to be a little more careful if you ride them and it's windy, just to make sure that everybody's on high alert. I explain all of this to my students so they understand that they're taking a little bit more risk if it's windy, and we usually stay a little closer together, and we don't do as much upper gates work like trotting and loping and cantering, just to make sure everybody's safe. That's it. If you guys have any questions or comments about the wind and the horses and how it affects them, you know I love to hear what you have to say. You know I love your questions. You know I love your comments. And as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day.